any number of restrictions that that board wishes to place upon it. They could limit it to wedding venues, they could limit it to very limited uses, they could limit the hours, they could limit the days of the week. All those things would be subject to a public meeting where the opponents would have the ability to request these things before the head of time is up.
Anything else today, Alicia?
No, sir.
That it?
Can I speak again?
John? Mr. Crawford wants to speak again, is that legal?
It's the consensus of the fiscal court. I know the planning commission, what they normally do routinely is they allow the applicant to speak, and they allow a short period of time for rebuttal. So if he wishes to come up and make a statement, I would tell the court he needs to be authorized to do so. Okay?
I don't really have a whole lot to say, but I thought putting bathrooms in eliminated irrigation. What I have to say about that is that I could put between the barn, Mr. Griffith's property is to the side. He doesn't face me, he faces the road, the barn faces the road. The side of the barn faces his garage, which is on the side of his, I've got pictures there that you can see. So I could put a 6-foot wooden fence down through there for the barn, because I assume that's where they're going, behind the barn. Even though the barn faces the road, actually behind the barn, what I'm calling behind the barn, the most private side and place on the barn is on the side of the barn. I would like to say that Armstrong Lane runs down through there, and there's 40-some acres of farmland across there. There's a theater about 900 feet across in front of my barn. There's a lot of open land around on the side of the barn next to Armstrong, and I actually only have one house between me, the barn, and Armstrong Lane, and that's Scott's here to testify. The closest house, the original house that went with the barn, and the problem we did have out there, we had a birthday. And we got loud, and I had to go out. That was a learning experience for us. So I told the girl that takes care of the barn, there wouldn't be no more birthdays. I've already took it for myself. They played a different kind of music. It did get loud. But they were also out of there at 11 o'clock. So, because when I went out there, the music was loud and I went out there. So, call that she's talking about, she called me on the cell phone. I'm not a cell phone user. I don't have text messages set up. I just answer the call and make a call. I'm not into the, not very good at cell phone use, so I think that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, that's all in there. Now, Lisa, I'll go and we spoke on the recommendations, on the rural secondary. Do we need to vote to give the judge permission to sign that?
I don't think there was anything on that paperwork to sign.
There is, on we can prepare a resolution to make your motion and accept it, and you're fine with that.
All right. Next thing we have on the discussion of equipment by Coroner Dave Billings. Dave?
Just that we all do.
What I'm hearing about today is the climate of the way the coroner's office operates has changed a little bit in the last couple of years. We're finding ourselves having to take legal names into our possession and hold for an extended period of time. There's a fee associated with that because the county does not have a refrigeration unit for these remains. I think it's a waste of the money of the county to have to pay some third party to store these things when the county can purchase a cooler. And I talked to Mike and he has a spot that we can use it to put in a secure place if fiscal court agrees with that. Two cases noted in that letter that I gave you is we have one gentleman that has been dead since January 10th of 2018. He has a family, but his family will not act to select a funeral provider to dispose of his remains. So after 3 days, the county incurs a $25 fee for each day. That bill is almost up to $3,000. Talked to the county attorney about it, and we're kind of pondering about a couple of things to do about it, but I think John has come up with a plan on how we can remedy this situation. Then we have another gentleman who's been deceased since April 10th, and he has no family that the coroner's office can locate. There's a statute of the coroner's rules and regulations in the Commonwealth on what to do when the process of doing that. We have to run an ad in the local paper for 2 different publications, and if no one declares him, then it's in the statute on what we can do. The county attorney will help me do that. So what I'm asking you to do is give me permission to obtain 3 or 4 bids to see how much truly a 3 or 4 person refrigeration unit would cost, and then I'll bring those back to fiscal court and tell you how much it is, and you can decide whether that's something you want to do. But once you purchase that, then they usually don't, they're refrigeration units, so they usually don't have very much, if any, upkeep in the lifespan of one of those things for 20, 25 years. So it'd be a good investment for the county, instead of having to use this for
On behalf of Mr. Building, if I support it, that's probably going to become more and more of a problem. And this court is aware of the home situation, the shelters that we have, our proximity to I-65, the hotels, and there's nothing Mr. Billings can do to keep people from passing away in Bullitt County that had no family, no issue. And he does have problems. There's one person who is dead. I know he has contacted that person numerous times. There may be some assets, so the county may well be able to recover the money that the court's office is going to be out. But I don't think this is an issue that's going to get better for the Bullitt County. I think it's going to proceed to get a little worse as we go on. We have a training population that comes through here, and Mr. Billings, as the court, has no ability to do what the law requires, and he has to recruit these bodies, and then he has to have appropriate ways to dispose of them.
And another issue, and we have a wonderful relationship with Jewish South, and I have nothing negative to say about them, but when they built the facility, they did not put a morgue or a cooler in that facility. So we have to, in many instances, go back an hour and a half after we've already been up there and filled out the coroner's obligation, have to go back and take them into our care and then store them for 2 or 3 days. Because we, like the county attorney said, we have an interstate that goes through here. We have motels. A lot of people have no concept about what the coroner's office does. But anytime somebody dies in this county, the coroner's office is called. We have motels, we have truck stops, we have people die at truck stops all the time, 10 or 12 years.
some size, they told me we've got a section in the Bay area that would be able to place it out of the way. They give Dave access through the key fob system into the building and just drive through, drop off the body, be out of the way. Should not be any hindrance to us.
I'll make the motion that we give Mr. Billings a corner to get 3 bids on cooler systems for the county.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Call the roll.
Mr. Mitchell?
Yes.
Mr. Lawson?
Yes.
Mr. Laszlo?
Yes.
Mr. Rahal?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you.
This is not the standing order, you know. You did do that. We did the standing order. On three.
Yeah.
I'll put a motion to, and it ought to be approved. They're very expensive. Well, he had it was down on number 3, I believe, on that.
You just did number 3 on the equipment.
Okay, well, I got 2 of them.
Oh, okay.
And, there you go. We got 2 of them.
Oh, okay. You gonna wait on that?
I can, but it was wait on.
Okay, next thing on the agenda is the action requested on the Central Kentucky Paramedic Program Consortium Training Agency Agreement. Oh, must be you, Mike.
Thank you, sir. Gentlemen, I have before you for your consideration, an agreement with the training facility to allow their paramedic graduates to get ride time with our service. We have 2 of our employees that are currently within this program getting ready to graduate. And they have to do their 400 hours of ride time in the service. So what I'm requesting is fiscal court approval to allow me to sign this agreement so we can start letting students start performing their paramedic ride time.
I'll put that on.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. And we call the roll.
Mr. Lawson? Mr. Laszlo?
Yes.
Mr. Rahal?
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Yes, sir. You want me to do it, Joe?
Go ahead.
Also for your consideration, it is time of the year for the Homeland Security Grant. So what we need is a resolution for fiscal court supporting the grant, the communication grant that we're applying for is $250,000 for subscriber units, portable radios, for the new system for all of the first responding agencies. What this will allow them to do is if we receive the grant, it will help them offset some of the cost to each agency for the equipment that they have to purchase. The grant will be due Friday. It's a reimbursement grant, so if we're receiving it, do I anticipate receiving $250,000? No. If we are rewarded, we'll be lucky to get 80, 90, 100 would be nice, but I'll at least be in the hands. All we just say no. So I just need fiscal court approval of this resolution. Do I need to read it?
I would do so.
The resolution of the county of Bullitt, Kentucky authorizing the judge executive to make application for and upon approval to enter into an agreement with Kentucky Office of the Homeland Security to execute any documents which are deemed necessary by KOHS to facilitate and administer the project and to act as an authorized correspondent for the project. Whereas Bullitt County, Kentucky desires to make application to the United States Department of Homeland Security and Commonwealth of Kentucky funds for a project to be administered by the Kentucky Office of Homeland Security. Whereas it recognizes the application for the approval of Kentucky Office of Homeland Security funds impose certain obligations and responsibilities upon the county. Now therefore be it resolved on this first day of May 2018 by Bullitt County, Kentucky. The judge executive is hereby authorized to execute and furnish all required documents, including a memorandum of agreement as may be required by KOHS for furtherance of the above referenced project, the act and authorize correspondence of said project. Done this first day of May 2018 on a motion made by Saltwell Road Antenna Project should be changed to Communication Project. I apologize for that, I printed the wrong one off, that was last year's. So I'll correct it and get it the same for the record. Communication Project would be the title of the grant. And it's 18-05, excuse me.
Make a motion, we approve or have the judge sign the application for communication grant, resolution 1805.
Here a second? Okay. Diane, call the roll.
Mr. Laszlo?
Yes.
Mr. Rahal?
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell?
Yes.
Mr. Lawson?
Yes.
Motion carried.
One last thing, Joe, with your approval. President Trump signed the executive order for the state declaration for February 21st through February 25th, which makes Bullitt County eligible for FEMA reimbursement. I and Mike Smith and myself have been working. We will submit roughly about $420,000 worth of expenses, where we should receive roughly about 85% of that back. Shepherdsville is also an applicant in London Junction. That's the three agencies within, or the three applicants within the county that will be applying for funds, so I'll be working with them to make sure that we get our reimbursement.
Thank you, Mark.
Good job.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Next thing we have on the agenda, surplus equipment from the judge's executive office. Lisa, you want to take care of that?
Yeah, just need a motion.
Okay. Got a list, anyone wants to look at that? Motion to surplus.
These are all computers that have been here since we took office, and we had, Alltech take the brains of the computer out, have them drill it, so now one can give you information about that.
I make a motion to surplus the items on the list of on computers.
You might add for instructions.
Here a second?
Second.
Motion second. Call the roll.
Did you say obstruction?
Instruction.
Destruction, sorry.
Sorry.
Destruction. Mr. Rahal?
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell?
Yes.
Mr. Lawson?
Yes.
Mr. Laszlo?
Yes.
Motion carried.
And next we have actions requested on the energy savings project. Mr. Andrew Carr, the Perfection Group is here with several people. They're not here.
Yeah, how did they say for the meeting? And I didn't know if you all wanted to vote on that today, or just take that information and table it to the next meeting, or just make sure.
Okay. You make a motion?
I'll make a motion to table the energy saving project.
Second. Have a motion and a second, and call the roll.
Mr. Mitchell?
Yes.
Mr. Lawson?
Yes.
Mr. Laszlo?
Yes.
Mr. Rahal?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, next we got the action request on resolution number 1804, the annual standing order to pre-approve certain reoccurring expenses. We do this every year.
Go ahead, I'll put this phone on.
Mitchell has a motion. Have a second? Okay. Then we call the roll.
Mr. Mitchell?
Yes.
Mr. Lawson?
Yes.
Mr. Laszlo?
Yes.
Mr. Rahel?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, number 8, action request on court facilities local government reimbursement. We call it blue form, right?
Used to, they do that anymore.
Yeah. Okay, that's good.
This is what the state reimburses us for the seven
Yes,
stuff.
sir.
We make a motion, we accept the reimbursements from the state for authorized judge to sign. Authorized judge to sign.
Motion, Mr. Ray, here, second, Mr. Mitchell, call the roll, son.
Mr. Lawson?
Yes.
Mr. Laszlo?
Yes.
Mr. Rahel?
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell?
Yes.
Motion carries.
And next, we have the presentation of Bullitt County Fiscal Court year budget 2018-2019. And I think Mr. Griffith will take care of it. Thank you, sir.
There's really no comment to be made. This is the first reading, this is the first draft. There will be things that will change in that after you all take a look at this. If you all would contact me with what your concerns are so we can change that. I would just briefly say that revenue is up somewhat, not a whole lot, but some. The general fund, the general government fund, which the majority of this is under, is down about $167,000 in spending. We did cut that. The road department did cut their funding as well. The jail went up. The grants went down. You will see a big change in the bottom line number. That is from dispatch and EMS because we are using the funds through the 911 fee. And we got a $4.6 million loan this past year. So that will be reflected in all those funds come out of dispatch. So if you take that out, we're basically level with where we've been for the last 2 years as far as the level is concerned.
And thank you, Keith. Got 2 now. Okay, next, number 9, is action requested to appoint Kenny Hester to the Economic Development Board. Term to expire 3/30/2022. Is Kenny here?
The judge was the one who was supposed to report. So basically, you're going to move past this.
Make a motion to table it?
Make a motion to table it. Technically, you were sitting as the head of this, but you are not county judge, so let's just do it.
I'll make a motion to table this till next meeting.
Second.
Okay. Motion and second, thing you call the roll.
Mr. Laszlo?
Yes.
Mr. Rahel?
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell?
Yes.
Mr. Lawson?
Yes.
Motion carries.
All right, I guess the next thing we've got is our sign-up sheet. Mr. Keith Elton.
Yes, my name's Steve Elton, and own 5 acres off Fiscal Road. I've owned that property for 32 years. I've shot guns on that property for 32 years in a safe manner and everything. So, the last meeting, Mr. Bullitt, you spoke that he was all right with the guy hunting dogs on 20 acres. So, I took that as me owning 5 acres, I wouldn't be allowed to use my firearm on that 5 acres.
That's incorrect. There's never been any discussion about any acreage whatsoever as far as the requirement of ownership before you get discharged of that. The only thing the county was looking into was a safe discharge. They're not going to take anybody's guns, couldn't do that if they wanted to. You have a Second Amendment, they were right to bear arms. The only issue that the county was concerned with was citizens that contacted fiscal court and their property had been hit by bullets that were struck, and that's what they were looking at. They have not drafted such an ordinance, one is not here before the court to look at. And for whatever reason, anybody that believes fiscal court would ever want to say that you couldn't own a gun, shoot a gun, discharge a gun, that is all incorrect information. So,
But like I said, you did speak and say 20 acres and $100.
well, if I said that was taken the wrong way.
Okay.
You can hunt your dogs on an acre if you want to.
Well, that's what I was.
And if that is a misconception, I would apologize in public for that, because that's never been an issue whatsoever.
I might have read something in it.
The key, I talked to you twice,
Right.
I told you exactly the same thing last week.
Like I said, I was talking to you, not him.
I just want to let you know.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. And just making a statement before we get done, and, you know, Facebook is one of the worst things man ever invented. It started out being a great situation, but I promise you, whatever was put on Facebook, if you're here to talk about these guns, I'm going to tell you how sensitive a gun is. Subject. My daughter went to school, you know, and got harassed because her daddy was taking her gun, taking her father's guns. I promise you, I got a pistol in my pocket right now because I've got a concealed carry license. You know, this is unreal. There's no acreage, there's no taking guns, there's no anything. We, as a court, and if you was at the court that day, you understood, we was looking into safety. I promise you, there was no anything about it. Our job is to keep you safe. That's all. Spend your money wisely and keep our county safe. And anybody comes out there, our job is to look into every avenue to do that. And if it upsets some people that we did that, or we found out otherwise, it was getting too close to my rights. But just to let you know is there was nothing ever drawn up, nothing with any acreage, nothing where you shoot, there was nothing. It was a discussion to see if we had the ability to make our county safer. And that's just my statement, and I thank you for your time.
I want to make some kind of statement here. You call it a press release, however you want to call it. But, and it deals with the firearms. On behalf of fiscal court, I want to advise all the citizens of this county that fiscal court has never considered any ordinance which would prohibit the right of any citizen to lawfully own or possess any firearm. Fiscal court only asked that an ordinance that would be contained penalties if someone discharged a weapon, in doing so created risk or injury to a person and property because no precautions were taken to ensure that that bullet would not leave the property of the person shooting the firearm. Fiscal court was responding to a citizen's complaint that their homes and lives would be in danger if nothing was done to prevent negligent discharge of firearms. Fiscal court would have done what other cities in this county and any other counties that have passed such regulations that discourage such conduct and provide for penalties upon negligent discharging of firearms where the bullet escaped the property of the shooter. This is the only ordinance the fiscal court would have considered. Fiscal court recognizes the rights provided in the Second Amendment, which gives all citizens the rights to bear arms. Fiscal court would never infringe upon the rights and could not do so legally. Fiscal court has and always will do anything within its power to protect the citizens from harm, whether unintentionally or not. It is the hope of this court that the citizens of this county understand that our fiscal court cannot and will not pass any ordinance that would prevent the ownership of firearms. It may consider in the future such an ordinance of discharging firearms if the citizens and law enforcement believes the current statutes are not sufficient to deter dangerous conduct. And I would like to make that a part of the minutes. And if we need a motion on that, I would like to put that in form of a motion. We're not doing any ordinances. We're not doing any ordinances. I'd like to enter that in a minute.
And I'd like to do what Mr. Radio and Mr. Mitchell just said. As a life member of the NRA, I'll never vote on any such ordinance. I shoot my guns weekly. I think you got a right to do it. But you do need a safe place, as we all know. You need a good berm or a hillside or something wherever you shoot at. Be safe and not put your neighbors or whoever in jeopardy. And I always try to do that when I shoot. But you can't legislate common sense. And we're not gonna try to do that. So, just let anybody else know that's on this list wants to speak about that today. There's no action on that. Won't be.
We gonna get to speak?
Sure.
Okay.
Hold on, Walt, did you sign up here?
I did.
Let me run through this list here real quick to see if there's anybody that wanted to speak on something other than the shooting. Mr. Norman Quartervice, is he here?
Yeah.
Is he? You want to speak, sir?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Mr. Quartervice, we have a 3-minute time limit on the thing, so if you could, to keep the time and proceed.
All right. I'm Arnold Stern. I live on 339 Hermes Road, South Louisville, Kentucky. I'm having a problem with that, Indian Green, tearing my property. Overnight, 2018. She parked in my driveway before she even got up to where I was at, the barn, where my dogs was. She started screaming and hollering, and she come to get my dogs, and she was taking every one of them. She didn't even know what my dogs looked like or nothing. Well, she brought a posse with her. She brought an assistant, Tony. She brought a sheriff. She brought 3 or 4 more girls with her. And said if I didn't sign my dogs over to her, she's gonna fine me for every one of them. There wasn't nothing wrong with my dogs. They've been fed, they're watered every day, take care of. Okay. The kids had some ponies. They're standing back there behind the barn. She wanted to know where the hay was for the ponies. I said, they don't need no hay. They got plenty of grass down in the field. I said, then I feed them green every day. She finds a dog on I-65. My name's played on it. She didn't contact me to tell me that she had a dog with my name on it or what. She said, I cremated your dog. And I said, what you talking about? She said, well, I found a dog with your name plate on it. I messed with a lot of dogs. I messed with dogs for over 50-some years, and I ain't never had no complaints on my dogs. I've asked my neighbors, like 2 there, just here since this happened. Nobody has called on me. It's all that she's made up. Everything that she's done, she's made it up. And got me for it. And I said, okay, you found the dog, you didn't notify me. Where's my collar at? We cremated the collar too. There's nothing there to show me that she lied about this. How do I know she even found the dog? With my name plate on it. I took my daughter to a doctor the other day, and she came back and got the dog about 3 days later. told her she could have it, the dog was mine, if she found it a good home, if not, leave it there. She said she found it a home, and she come back to get it. In other words, she pulled in, my truck was set up on the hill, and I just took my daughter, and she said, that's my grandson, and I ain't in school today. He's going home to school. Said, where's your papa? I'm gonna talk to him. Said, he's not here, papa's not here. She said, you're lying. His truck's sitting up there on the hill. Now, is that the kind of lady, well, pardon me, I don't think there's any lady to it. Is that the kind of person y'all went out in public, you know, lying on people and stuff like that? She ought to be replaced. I really think this is a man's job.
All right, Mr. Quartermaster, your time is up there. We appreciate you coming. Let us know about your concerns. Thank you.
Said sexual discrimination.
I'm his wife, and I speak.
Next, we have to speak Truman Trent.
Yes, a lot of what I had to say was addressed earlier, regarding the ordinance that was supposedly in place. Like this gentleman, I own a few acres on 24 toward Washington, and farmhouse, shoot my guns almost weekly. I train my kids with them, one actually joined the military, being in the city. I'm a huge shield. That's my property, it's safe. Had a neighbor that lives not too far from me that is working at a call police. I had deputy sheriff market out there. Every time he looks at everything, looks at hey, everything looks good, you're doing everything you're supposed to do, and they do, no problems. Regarding, I know this was brought up due to KMO that was striking another property, which is that in itself is already breaking the law. That person is going to be responsible for that. If you have somebody who's a little more detail on that here a little bit. So I'm not going to go too much into that, because that's already against the law. That's a problem in itself. That can be dealt with legally by the sheriff department or whatever police department is in that area. My big thing is we already have on a federal state where they're trying to limit and restrict what we can own, what we can do, and we definitely don't need that on a local level. We're already fighting on the federal level. Even, I appreciate the gentleman that, you're a carrier, I am too, it's a carrier, NRA members, so it sounds like we already have this taken care of, but I just wanted to kind of speak on and let them know where I stand, and I know there's a lot of other people here who feel the same way. I appreciate you hearing that. So.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Willard Ryan.
I'm good.
Good. Okay. And I have Jason Ryan.
I'm here for the gun situation too. I know Mr. Ray is my advocate. I also know I've seen what was posted up here, because you would vote for the order. Yes, it did. It said, I will vote for my kids every time to protect them, and I understand that.
Would you?
Yes, I would. But I also am not going to vote to limit other people's rights either. I'm going to do my legislator and take care of my
I will
kids and
vote
keep
for
them
my
safe.
kids' safety every single time.
So, but you all standing up there taking high ground saying we never voted for this. You made the motion to draft an ordinance. It does not say acreage, I understand that. But it just says to limit the restriction of firearms.
Where's it say that, sir?
It says, Mr. Rayfield, seconded by Mr. Lawson, with the fiscal court having concerns with that the county attorney drafted regarding firearms of weapons in the county. why do we need an ordinance when there's a state statute that already says,
Is there an ordinance there?
you draft an ordinance for approval? I'm not saying I voted, but y'all voted to draft it.
We
Be
have,
honest.
county attorney, we have to make a motion to have to research. We try to research everything we do. Keep researching. It got too close to our rights.
And, you
So,
know, when
there was
we
no
have
way
this
to-
post and everybody, your post come down off of Facebook.
You know, that's kind of like an opinion, you know?
And, yeah, we all have them.
Absolutely, sir.
And, you know, that, I don't understand why as a, you know, here at Fiscal Court, that you all are voting even on an ordinance when a state ordinance, it's already, it would be one endangerment when it left your property if it's in an unsafe matter. So there's a state ordinance that would take care of it right off the bat. So if that would have took care of it to start with, it wouldn't, I don't see a need in, that already gives Mr. Tinoval just a legal way to address it. So then the county's stepping in and I'm gonna write another ordinance to do the same thing. That's
Is
my
there an ordinance, sir?
It said being drafted, and I understand, once we hype that post, everybody back off.
Opinion, sir.
So,
Thank
that's
you for your opinion.
my standing.
Thank you, Jason. Next, we have Al Decker.
Well, thank you all for this opportunity to address this report. We had a late lot of my fears this morning because I came down here to make sure that you all didn't pass anything that was going to interfere with my Second Amendment rights. I'm an NRA member, life member, I'm an NRA instructor. Matter of fact, I run the 4-H shooting sports program here in the county. I want to thank Don Kendall for his service to the county and for his men that every time I'm out in the yard pretty much, I see what I'm going by and I appreciate that. It makes the county seem a lot safer. Like I said, you've laid a lot of my fears and I'd like to yield the rest of my time to Mr. Trevor.
Okay, next, Ralph and Ken Griffin already spoke. Next, we have Paul Schultz.
May it please the court, ladies and gentlemen, I rise today to speak to the issue of property rights and the rights to use guns. Now, and I don't know that I've ever spoken from this side of the podium in this room. I've spoken in this room many times, so I rise because of this is a very urgent and grave issue, and it needs to be cleared up for everybody, the people and the board, the court. There are 4 statutes that I want to take and point out to the court. And those are KRS 65.870, which is the statute that sets out that the state preempts the entire area of the regulation of deadly weapons and firearms. Local governments cannot, under state law, regulate the possession, the use, and the transfer of firearms. Now, our ammunition for that matter. Not only in 2013, I was tasked with, 2012, I was tasked by the city of Louisville to examine all of the city's ordinances because in 2012, the state legislature passed a statute, it amended 65.870 and made it official misconduct for any local government or local governing officer to attempt to regulate the transfer, possession, etc. of firearms. We had to take and look at all the city of Louisville's ordinances and see that they were repealed 12 months after July 2012. Now, in 2005, 2004, somewhere in that neighborhood, we had the massive hurricane down in New Orleans. Local governments, federal governments, and state government entities went through there and they acted like a bunch of jackbooted thugs and took guns away from good private citizens, law-abiding citizens. Kentucky, along with a number of other states, responded to that subsequently in 2006 and adopted a bill that became KRS 237.104. I'm going to read that to you. It states, no person, unit of government, or governmental organization shall, during a period of disaster or emergency as specified in KRS Chapter 39A, or at any other time, have the right to revoke, suspend, limit the use of, or otherwise impair the validity of the right of any person to purchase, transfer, loan, own, possess, carry, or use a firearm part, ammunition component, or any deadly weapon or dangerous instrument. Now I understand nobody was trying to take and deal with somebody's Second Amendment rights, which are to possess, and I thought I had time yielded to me. Well, nobody said that rule, but this is important. You do not have the right to take people's right to use their guns, and it's not getting too close to the rights that was going to stomp all over them, Joe. I sent you the statute. I hope everybody's read it. And it's important that we not violate state law. It's important that we not attempt on a local level to prohibit the use of firearms, and target practicing is one of the uses of firearms. So with that being said, I hope that issue is not only stamped down for the day, for the month, for the year, but forever. Thank you.
Thank you. I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Some of the cities here in the county's got an ordinance about starting firearms in the city limits. Is that legal?
I'm of the belief that KRS 237, let me read that to you. KRS 237.104 says no person, anybody, particularly a governor, a national guardsman, a deputy sheriff, a police officer, anybody, our unit of government, any unit of government, our governmental organization, would be anything, National Guard, the Sheriff's Office, the Police Department, anyone, shall, during a period of disaster, don't forget, that's, everybody understands that, or any other time, have the right to revoke, suspend, limit the use of. They write these statutes, sometimes they write them on about a 50th education level or grade level, but this is written in a 5th grader to an 8th grader's educational level. It says limit the use of. Or impair the validity of the right of a person to use a firearm. Now, I'm not aware of any city or any other organization locally that has passed any law since 2006 that prohibits the use of a gun in any fashion. I've looked at ours. We haven't. Now, something that was, we got laws passed back in 1890, 1910, 1909, 1910, 1923 that has not been stricken from the books. But if someone calls upon me in my capacity as legal advisor to them, or calls upon me in regard to any authority or responsibility I have to enforce the laws, then I'm going to point out to them that if they've got a law that seems to be contrary to KRS 237.104, they're running afoul of the legislature's wishes, because they clearly say that you can't do it. Now, that doesn't prohibit, as somebody was speaking about, wanton endangerment and so forth. We've got a statute that deals with that. And I don't speak, I'm a NRA certified pistol instructor, rifle instructor, shotgun instructor. I'm an NRA certified chief range safety officer. I know about, safety of guns, and I know about prosecuting. I've been doing that for 25 years. If somebody has a bullet that leaves their property or doesn't leave their property, but is shot in an unsafe fashion, that would qualify as wanton endangerment. We need to trust our citizens. That's what this country was founded on, and if somebody does do something wrong, then let's see that they get punished for it. But to take and say, well, you know what, we don't trust them that they're going to do it safely, So we're gonna take and pass this thing that says if you don't have a X amount high bar, you can't fire that gun. That's not trusting, and it's an inappropriate intrusion on people's lives by government of any side, federal, local, state, either one. Just, I hope everybody remembers the government that governs best governs least. Get out of people's way and let them live their life. If they do something wrong, then see that they're punished under state law. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, James, is it Chapel?
Yes, sir. Thank you for the time. I hope I'm in the right venue for this. I have some questions on the zoning and ordinances. I'm not a big fan of what's happened on Cedar Grove Road with the industrial park. Moved out here with cornfields and rye fields, and I really enjoyed it. And then GFS come in and said, oh, we're just gonna build this one building and it'll be okay. We're not gonna have semis going past Cedar Grove School. So now we have progress and things have changed. I was at a meeting, I think it's 1 or 2 years ago. They were discussing the new interchange coming around, and it was brought up that a building was misplaced in the industrial park. I don't remember exactly where it was, but the building apparently went ahead and was built without regulation or changing. I think when they originally zoned all that, they said that no buildings would be built any closer than 400 yards to Cedar Grove Road. I might be wrong. This was a long time ago when this happened. And as you see, they are closer, and they say, well, that's a parking lot, that's not a building. But what I'm recommending, if I might be incorrect in this, I believe this young lady here told me, planning and zoning has no engineer in their office. And I know you guys probably can have consultants come in to advise you on doing things. But when you bring a consultant in and you say, I want to put a building here, they're going to look at it and say, yeah, you can put a building here. But are you asking the right questions? Are we going to be able to handle the thousands of cars going to that building when we make this zoning change or we allow this? So I'm not sure if there's a planning or zoning engineer available, but I think we are growing rapidly and we need to have someone for that. We need to look ahead, we need to think, not just look at the tax base, or if someone promises jobs, okay, yeah, come on in and do it, and look at that we're blighting our own community. I know they're planning on building a road around from here to 71, that's in the blue books, and they're also going to build a bridge across Salt River, which is going to make, I feel, more heavy construction traffic coming into our area, which I think is going to blight the area even more. So my question is, do we still need to build that bridge? If we're going to build a bypass that's supposed to relieve some of the congestion for 44. I don't think the bridge coming across is needed. I think they use false data to come up with that. Putting a traffic counter going to the golf course and count that as traffic. They don't know where the traffic came from. Did it come south? Did it come north? So it's been a lengthy meeting. I had a lot on my mind. I forgot half of it sitting there. But I do think you guys need to look into planning and zoning engineering and look forward into what you're doing before you just approve stuff. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you, James. All right, next we have Mr. O'Neill.
Good morning, I guess. My name is Bill O'Neill. This is my wife Lois. We listened to Michael over there, Mike Phillips, talk about the FEMA approval, which sounds like pretty good news. We also suffered damage because of the storms that we had. Our road was washed out. There was no way to get emergency vehicles in and any of that stuff. We're here $6,000 later, having gone through on that road and made the necessary repairs to Kings Hollow Road again. And trying to do research there's FEMA and then there's FEMA for individuals. The problem I have is we on King Hollow Road are kind of right in the middle of that. The federal government, I'm sure will say Highway 61 or Highway 65 and everything else, Bullitt County can deal with. Ours is a private road. Now, where I'm confused is what happens with a private road? Does the county handle the FEMA request? Or how else is it handled? I can't make a FEMA request as an individual because I only own a portion of that road. So what I'm looking for is some kind of guidance on, with the damage we have, are we FEMA eligible? Because I'm hearing different people telling me different things. So what I'm looking for is some kind of clarification. When our road was destroyed by the flooding, where do we go? What do we do?
You should be in contact with Mr. Phillips.
Okay.
Because the FEMA funds, there are disaster relief for individuals, primarily it would be probably for the residents more than it's going to be for the road. But you need to talk to Mr. Phillips, you need to get all the residents out there. I know you all put up money and you all fix the road, but we'll see somehow if they could not be reimbursed as part of this fund. But it's never a dollar for dollar. But you need to contact Mr. Phillips. If he has difficulty, tell him to contact my office. And we'll sit down and we'll address that and tell him how to factor that into his request.
I guess my question is, are we eligible?
Mike,
You're not eligible as an individual, but you're eligible as a citizen, and the county should be doing this on your behalf. That's why I want you to get your monetary losses into Mr. Phillips, so it can be part of the disaster relief that you're seeking. If it was your residence, you would be able to buy yourself.
Right.
And technically, again, we're back to this Kings Hollow Road, where you actually probably own half of Kings Hollow Road. So I have no problem with you trying to make an individual request, but I still think you need to address it with Mr. Phillips, with the county's request as well. So you may have twice to fight that out.
Okay.
Right?
Thank you.
I did want to say, Mike had mentioned this to me earlier and everything, that on the individual people, so do you know how to get hold of Mike?
Yes.
Okay, well, as long as you do, because he had spoke to this and everything, when this all got started, that there was some possibilities of some help and everything for the individual.
Right.
So get with him and everything, and he knows more about this than anybody, he really does.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Next we have Scott Snoller. Maybe you already spoke. What about Donnie Reed? He speak too? Okay. So that's everybody on the sign of the sheet. So, anybody else got anything? Anybody out there got anything you want to talk about, announce, or nothing? Yes.
If I may, I was hoping to ask this before Mike Phillips left, I think he had. On the Homeland Security grant, who decides where this money goes to if the grant is approved?
The people give, I think it's state giving the grant, it has to go towards Homeland Security, like if it's emergency services. Oh, it's regular.
What he is attempting to do is acquire funds that will be used for the radios that the responders have to comply with the new equipment that the county is putting in place. It would not be used for any of the hard items over here. It would go toward police and fire and emergency personnel to spread cost of handheld radios that they have to have.
Okay, well, how is that determined? And like, how much does Lebanon Junction get for their fire and police?
They would probably do that on a program basis. That first you have to get the grant, and then you have to figure out how to. But I would think that you're going to do it on the question of the needs and who they represent. I think the more affluent sectors of our community would probably be willing to assist the less of the areas.
I'm hoping so. Thank you.
Lisa, don't forget anything?
I think so, did a good job.
Am I gonna get fired? Okay.
Why
All right, anybody else? What about, Kevin, you got anything?
Always looking for alternates as poll workers. I have a training this Thursday at 9 a.m. and another one at 6 p.m. Another one at Tuesday, 9 a.m., 6 p.m. Just call over to the office. We'll put you on the agenda to get paid $25 for school instruction.
What's the pay for the day, Kevin?
School instruction plus the election day is a $200 combo. $175 for election day, $25 for school of instruction. You have to be trained. I've got 47 precincts. I've got somewhere right around 30 who have called in as alternates to attend training. We'll have people inside the alternate pool who will be sick, folks. I'll have alternates who won't be able to respond when I call them because they've got sickness going on. So I ask because I'll beg if that's what's necessary. But another 15 or 20 alternates to go through the training gets us almost to the point, gentlemen, of having one per precinct in the event that we lose it. If we have spouses working and one spouse gets sick, we lose 2 people instantaneously. We don't put them in the same precinct, so then we would have 2 precincts running on 3, which means, obviously, I'm looking for 2 people. Help is needed. And it's a good civics opportunity to, it's one of the few civics places where you can get reimbursed for your time as well as do something good for your community. So if somebody would like to participate, they can see me after the meeting or they can stop by over to the office or call us. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you, Kevin. Sheriff, you got anything?